You got it locked with D-Hall on the weekend, baby. Ready? And initiate a J. York production. J. York production. J. York production.
Coming out of studio today.
In beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina.
He stands next to his world-famous producer, J. York.
He is the top talk show host on the internet today.
Here is D. Hall.
Initiate a J. York production. J. York production. J. York production.
You are in the mix with D. Hall and the People's Show.
Coming to us out of studio today in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay York. He is the number one, undisputed, top talk show host on the air today. The voice of the People Show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is D. Hall.
York production.
Hello to everybody. Happy Labor Day. Labor Day. Yeah, that means you're not working tomorrow. Is that what it means? I know that's what y'all saying. Some of us got to go to work though, don't we? Good to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming on and being here on the D Hall People Show in conjunction with my man, J. York Productions. First of all, let me give y'all a round of applause for coming in. Look, we got a couple of things before I bring my guest on today, which is it's really going to be intriguing to talk to him. But I got a couple of things I want to talk to you, the public about. And it's, pertaining to the show a little bit. First of all, I want to say I'll thank y'all for coming on and being participating in the show. There's a few little things that we need to talk about and so you'll get a better understanding. You being the guest, when you send us pictures, make sure that you send us pictures that are good. Nothing off the laptop, nothing off of the CPU. We can't use those. We're here to help you as well as you're here to help us in what we're doing for you. It just doesn't work for us to try to put something together when you don't send us anything. You got to send us the best that you want. It's just like you applying for an application. You put out your bets you write the best down on the application. So we want the best from you so we can give you the best. It makes it very difficult for us when we get stuff that we can't use and we got to tell you, hey, we can't use it. So it's, we're trying to minimize time and with you, and it makes it easier for us. Please make sure that when you're doing your intros, and I'm not saying everybody does this, but make sure you don't have any background noise, and make sure you're pretty stationary. When you come on to the show, sometimes people get up and go here and there, and I try to tell people, beforehand exactly what we want done and what we expected of you on this show here. That's for sure. If you can't make the show, so if you can't make it, you say, hey, D, I can't make the show. Let me know at least 5 days ahead. We need the 5 days. You can contact Jay. You can contact me some kind of way. Let us know that you can't make the show because, if you tell me 2 days ahead, it just puts us all in a bind. You know what I'm saying? And we can, if you give me 5 days ahead, then we can make it work and reschedule you to come back. We always bring you back, reschedule you if you got something going on, but just don't wait matter of fact, please let me know something. Just don't let me know anything. Hey, just tell me something, but give me 5 days beforehand. Also, when you do your, and I'm this is for everybody. We we want everybody to know that when you do your intro videos, if you would make sure you put forth your best effort. We're not charging anybody anything, but we put a lot of time into it. But we want the best from you, so we can get it out of you what we need, so we can make you look good. We have to put a lot of stuff together. Y'all don't see behind the scenes. It's not for y'all to see what we do behind the scenes. But what I'm saying is, give us everything that you got, and we're going to give you everything that we got. We don't want you come, do a video and you're dragging here, you're dragging there, like you don't have any energy. So I'm just touching on a few things, and I hope that y'all apply these things as I tell you. So anyway, all right, those things got them out the way. Let me do my thing, my normally thing here. This is an online program. This is the work of talk and discussion. This is an online talk show that educate adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. Some things may not be sensitive for kids. Yes, we say some things that are out of the way sometimes. Hello, Brandon Lasky. I want to say hello to you. What's up, brother? I didn't know Bill Stanton, the guest that we're going to have on today. My man, Brandon Lasky. Yeah, the People Show. My man says the People Show. You dig it? Share the video one time. You share everything else. Share this video. This right here. Share it to your friends. Let them know D Hall People Show in conjunction. Yeah, Jay York. Yeah, Jay York is on. Charles Johnson. Is that Johnson? Did I say that right? Yeah. My man Charles Johnson says, good luck, Pops, a.k.a. Hey, Bill Stanton, what's up? My man hollering you out already, brother. This is what I'm talking about, people. This is what I want. Share the video. Let's make this thing big today. First time I've ever had Mr. Stanton on. We getting ready to get busy, man, for the next 30, maybe 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do our thing. Let's get my man in. I know he's ready to go. I done put the jumpers to his ass, and he's ready to go. You like the jumper cables with the batteries. You jump the other person off, or jump the other car off. That's what I did him. I put the cables to his ass. He's ready to go. What's up, my man? How you doing?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Glad to have you on the program today. Man, we got you for the next 30 to 40 minutes. We got a lot to cover in that time. But before we get started, for the people on the East Coast and on the West Coast, the Midwest, tell the people who you are and where you're from, my man.
Well, one, I appreciate you having me on here. First time on here, first time doing a podcast. So I'm a little nervous and excited. I'm Bill Stanton. Grew up mostly in Arizona. Started boxing in 1981 as an amateur, 13 years old, in Buena Park, California, 9th Street Gym. Spent a couple years over there. Fought silver gloves, golden gloves. At the time, I was thinking about turning pro back in the day, a long time ago. They were getting like $400 for a 4-rounder. They were getting $100 a round. If they ended it sooner, they didn't get as much money. And I seen these tough mans coming up, getting 1,000, 1,500. I said, well, I don't want to go fight 4 3-minute rounds. I can fight 3 or 4 1-minute round fights, 3-rounders, and get 1,000 or 1,500 against guys who don't even know how to box. So I went the tough man route. And I've been involved in the game since 1981. Just fell in love with it.
Wow, 1981, man. That's a long time, man. That's 1981. All right, let's say, hey, 1981. I noticed that you said that you boxed a little bit. Did you like that? Did you like it?
Oh, loved it.
That's great. That's great. But we're here to talk about what you do right now. We'll get into the boxing a little bit later on. But we're going to talk about what's going on with you and out there in the West Coast, like Vegas, all out there. You are a matchmaker and a manager. I want to know because a lot of people don't know exactly what a matchmaker is and what he does. Can you explain to us what a matchmaker does?
Yeah. So a matchmaker, there's a couple different aspects of it.
Okay.
One, you're hired by the promoter to match every bout on the card. Usually they'll have A side fighters, the promotion sign guys or the A side,
Mm-hmm.
or they'll sell slots for A side guys. So typically we're matching all the B side opponents. On paper, they're supposed to lose. Now that doesn't mean they always do though.
Damn right.
Yeah, and then also, a matchmaker slash booking agent is, let's say, I'll have a matchmaker on the East Coast contact me and say, man, I can't find nobody out here on the East Coast. Do you got, say, a 147 with a decent record to come on to our show on the East Coast? We need to fill the spot. So in that case, I'll be more of a matchmaker booking agent, and I'll go through my roster of fighters and say, I got these couple 147s. Will they work for you?
Okay. Okay. So the matchmaking is A and B. But let me ask you this: back in the day, and when I'm saying back in the day, back in boxing days, and let me go back, maybe in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, was there such thing called A and B side?
Not to my knowledge, not when I was coming up. We fought everybody and anybody. If you
Right.
look back to the great fights throughout the 70s and 80s, especially the welterweights and super welters, you got Duran, Hagler, Hearns, Sugar Ray. They
Right.
fought each other. It was round robin.
Right.
Nobody was scared to fight nobody. And
Yeah.
that's all changed with the money in the business and the politics of the business.
Right. Okay. Brandon, let's see what Brandon said. He's remembered working with you in St. Louis, Missouri. Brandon Lasky. Brandon Lasky is a ring announcer.
Yes, sir. He was
Yeah.
our ring announcer for that show.
Okay. I didn't know if you know. Well, you knew who he was. You had to know who he was because he knows you, in that sense. So we're getting back to the matchmaking. So when did this all come about, the A and the B side? When did this take place, transpire?
I can't say the exact date, but to be honest, of my knowledge, in my opinion,
Okay.
it came about through the Mayweather era.
Oh,
Because everybody seen the money that Mayweather, once he went on his own promoting, was making all this money, and
yeah.
it was all about being undefeated. So everybody nowadays, and this is a fact, they pad records. You have a 2-0, 3-0 prospect,
Mhm.
and they want to fight somebody that's 2-2, 3-3. They want a dead body. They want somebody that's 0-2, 0-3,
Right.
because they want to keep padding that record.
Right.
And to me, that's just ridiculous because when you get to 15-0, 18-0, and you got to fight a real fighter, all of a sudden you're getting your ass whooped.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's true. Because you're like you said, you're padding the record, you're padding yourself, and then when you meet somebody that's better than you, then like you just said, you get your ass kicked. There ain't no doubt about that. You
Yes,
get your
sir.
ass. He said, Brandon Lasky said, solid man, nice person, no doubt about it. He's a man who is solid, and he's got a lot of knowledge in boxing. Yeah, that's what Brandon said. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Brandon. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what Brandon said. So how long have you been in the business of boxing? The business side now.
The business side, I would have to go back to about 2012.
2012. Now you've been in it since 2012. What
Business side.
the business, because there's two sides to the box. There's the business, and then there's the fighter side, shall I say? I put it that way. You've been in it since 2012. What made you start wanting to get into matchmaking? Outside?
I had a couple fighters that they were getting steered wrong. they were getting told things that weren't true. And they started taking losses. They were good boxers, good people in general, young fathers, and I said, we can't have this, so I became like the big brother. My motto is, you're not going to screw my boxer over. Otherwise, me and you going in the ring or out in the alley. Because I just don't, I won't put up with that.
Right.
And so that's kind of how it started. And all of a sudden I had people reaching out to me going, hey man, what can you do for me? I like the way what I'm seeing. I like the way you're doing things.
Yeah. Okay. I want to say hello to Jay. Jay York is watching now.
How you doing, Jay?
He did a great job with your video, your intro video. Let's give Jay a round of applause.
Thank you, Jay.
Great work on that. But anyway, let's get back to boxing here. Bill, we're in a new era, as it seems. And I've noticed this, and you probably have too, over the last, I want to say 2 to 3 years now. There's a lot of boxing dads that's involved now. And let me give you a couple of them that I know of that talk for their sons. For example, Bill Haney, Devin Haney, Timofeo Lopez and his father, Brian Norman Sr. and Jr. Those three I know speak for their sons. In your opinion, is that good or is that bad?
I'm brutally honest, so I just put it out like it is. So it's great to have your father as a coach, handle your boxing as you're growing up.
Yeah.
Once you become a man, once you have your own ideas and opinions, the father starts smothering that. Then you start having the family problems, behind the scene problems, and it eventually falls out. Every father-son duo is always falling out at some point. And it gives a bad light on the boxer himself, as you know, with the Haney situation with Ryan Garcia. Regardless of what that situation was, the only person speaking publicly and crazy was Bill Haney.
Right.
And and then everybody starts commenting, why is your daddy talking for you? Aren't you a man? Can't you stand up and talk for yourself? Yeah. And that's kind of what happens is the father wants to be in control when the son becomes a man, and it either makes the son look bad or the father-son lose that relationship with each other.
We've got a call coming in. Let's take this call.
Yes, sir.
Caller.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There he is. It's the man of the hour.
How is everything?
Everything's great, man. Glad to have you on the show. This is the one and only Jay York.
Hey,
yes,
Jay.
Sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Bill? How you doing, man?
Good. I appreciate the video you put together.
Hey, no problem, man. I just want to say this about you, man. The short time that I've known you, man, I've known you to be a great guy, man. You got a great personality. I like your vibe, man. You're just a all around good dude, man. And I just wanted to say that about you, man. Because that's rare these days, man. There's not a lot of good people left in this world, but you're one of them, man. You're a good dude, man. But my question was for you is that how would someone go about if I wanted to put on a boxing match and I was trying to get fighters and all that kind of stuff like that. How would I do that? Do I need a promoter to do that for me? And what promoter do I need to get that started?
You could partner with a promoter that already has a promoter license in the state that you want to have your event in, or you could apply yourself for a promoter's license and be the head promoter. and then you want to build a team. You want to have a marketing team, advertising team. You want to hire a matchmaker, probably me. No, I appreciate it, all the kind words. Yeah, you want to find a reputable matchmaker, and just go from there. Put that team together, and then you want to apply to your state commission for your license, for your date. You got to secure a venue, and get everything in the works.
That sounds like a lot of work.
That's what I was going to say. There's a lot of work.
Yeah. That sounds like it. So it would be easier just to get a promoter that already knows what he's doing to put it together.
Correct. I'm trying to adjust my camera.
Oh,
Sorry, folks.
It's okay.
Yeah. If you new promoters usually will partner up with a local promotion. Whatever city you're in, whatever state you're in, they'll partner up with a local promoter already that has everything approved and ready to go with the state. Then it's just up to you to find the venue, the matchmaker. Maybe that promoter already has a good matchmaker, and just go from there.
You said a local promoter won't partner up with a what type of promoter?
A local boxing promoter that already has his promoter's license that's valid in place with that state commission.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. Yeah. My last question is, man, can you flip about 100, 200 on that table for me?
Yeah. How much you need?
I ain't trying to lose a lot, you know what I'm saying? But how much can you flip about 200 for me?
I got mom on that one. I make money, but she controls it.
So you say mama control?
Yeah. Mama's in charge.
Great.
Okay.
Oh,
all right, man. Y'all have a good show, man.
Appreciate
good
it.
talking to you.
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for calling in.
All right.
Man, he's calling. The line is hot. We got another caller coming in.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, what's happening? Hello.
Yes, my name is Matthew E. O'Neill. I'm an Amazon.com author. I'm
Yes.
a former top-rated writer for Everpedia Incorporated.
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the reason for the call is I wrote the Michael Williams Jr. and DeMarcus Corley Everpedia page.
Okay.
It can be found on the Google and Bing.com search engine. They have a fight coming up next month, and it should be a good fight. Corley is a former WBO champion, and Williams was a really good amateur fighter, only has one pro loss. What is your take on that fight?
Well, are you asking me or are you asking Bill Stanton?
Bill Stanton and you.
Okay, I'll go first. Well, Michael Williams Jr., young kid, I think he's 25 now. DeMarcus Corley, Chop Corley, been with everybody. You name it, he's been in with them. Floyd to Miguel Cotto on down the list. There's a lot of them. I just can't remember all right now. But my take on that fight, I know that youth will prevail in that fight. I look for not a decision. I look for a knockout. That's my take on it. I think Mike is too quick, too fast, and just too swift for him at his age. I think he's just too much for him. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with Donnie Hall on that. Chop Corley, I mean, the guy's a beast. He's a warrior. He spot everybody and dug nobody. But age catches up to everybody. And Williams, he's young, he's hungry, he's got the skill, the athleticism. So I look for a really good fight through 7-8 rounds, and then Michael Williams just pulls away with it, and I think 11, 12 round stoppage.
Yeah. Did you hear that, sir?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight because Williams only has one loss, and he was a really good amateur fighter. I know anybody can have a bad day, and I think he just had a bad day. He moved up in weight. He's a lot stronger at the heavier weight.
Yeah.
And Corley has never been knocked out really out cold in his fights. He has a lot of decision losses.
Yeah.
He's never been knocked out. So I think Corley still has something left.
Yeah. I think Mike Williams Jr. I'm gonna get off the subject here, but Mike Williams Jr. 147 pounder. When he had that fight in Madison Square Garden, he was 140 pounds, and that was the wrong weight for him. He moved up. He looks tremendously stronger. I've seen him twice here in North Carolina, and I mean, he is dynamite. I think this right here will make a statement for him to get the top level, start getting those top level fighters in 2025. That's my thoughts.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
And again, my name is Matthew E. O'Neill.
Yes, sir.
I'm on Amazon.com in 13 different countries. I boxed back in the late 90s. I beat Preston Hartzog in a USA boxing sanction match.
Right.
Hartzog was Armed Forces champion twice. I beat him by a knockout. The reason why I bring that up is they have a Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson match coming up. Tyson is in his late 50s.
Right.
The fight has drawn some criticism, yet it looks like it's going to be very financially lucrative as they're charging a lot of money at a 60,000 seat venue in Arlington. It's not going to be on pay-per-view and will be a very lucrative match. Mm-hmm. What is your opinion of that match, Donnie and Bill?
Mike Tyson is Mike Tyson. And what I'm saying is Mike is, he still has power. He still seems like he has his eye contact, his movements. He seems to be prepared and able to handle this situation. But if I was to say who would win, to me, actually, I'm going to tell you, I think it would be a draw. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I personally don't think that fight's going to happen. It would be interesting if it did, if they really both came to fight. It was never scheduled for a pay-per-view. It was going to be live on Netflix. Mm-hmm. If they both come to fight, if it does happen, I got Tyson within 4 winning by KO, or I've got Jake Paul by decision or late KO. I personally don't think the fight's going to happen. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Donnie, well, thank you for having me on your show today.
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, Bill and Donnie.
Thank you so much for coming on, Matthew. No doubt. Thank you so much, sir. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I interrupted the applause there. No, it's great. We're getting some call-ins.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Y'all come on, call in. It's 919-410-8736. If you want to ask Bill a question or me and Bill together, we love it. Y'all share the video one time. Hey, this is what we're talking about. This is what we need. We want you to call in, make this thing happen. Bill, let's get back to you. And do you think there is corruption in boxing?
100%, absolutely. I've witnessed it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well,
as we see through social media, we see the fights and then we see the comments on social media. There's 100 million people around the world can't be wrong, and we see it with our own eyes.
Right. Exactly. Okay. And now I'm going to ask you this. I asked you, I think there was corruption in boxing. You said there was. Do you think that is happening right now in this year? Do you think any happened this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure.
Okay.
You know, I can't think of off the top of my head right now a specific moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. It happened to one of my own fighters.
Wow.
That I was managing.
Wow.
And that was I want to say 7 years ago, about 7 years ago.
Wow. And what I'm saying is, okay, I guess what I want to know now is, can you give us details?
Yeah, without exposing anything or anybody. Yeah, absolutely. So I took a 3-0, I mean a 3-2 boxer that I had signed to management. It actually made him quit boxing. Took him to fight a signed prospect that was 2-0, 6-round fight.
Right.
And the first 2 rounds, the prospect was winning, clearly winning, but not dominating.
Right.
The third round, we switched up our style, our game plan in the corner. Third round, second half of third round, we start taking the fight over, completely taking it over, obviously.
Yeah.
Fourth round, halfway through the fourth round, we're dominating the fight now. Now it's a 6-round fight. So if all goes well, we win the fight 4-2. So a little more than halfway through the fourth round, my boxer gets hit with a liver shot. Anybody that's ever been hit in the liver or even seen it knows how bad that is.
Yeah.
My boxer gets hit in the liver. He grimaces his face, hands still up, backs away, grimacing. The ref jumps in, stops the fight. Was never hit again. And then my guy never went down, never bent over, nothing. He just grimaced in pain, backed away, hands up, defending. Ref stopped the fight to protect the prospect because it was obvious we were going to end up winning.
Oh, you winning the fight. Yeah, got it. Wow.
So he saved the prospect from a loss, more than likely, and gave the prospect a TKO win. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. And I want to say hello to some people. Jeannie Chapman, thank you for stopping in, of the Royalty family over on TikTok. Thank you for coming through. I got to get some more of the TikTok people over here to check the show out. Thank y'all for coming in. My man just came in the door, Tony Burgess out of Burgess Boxes and Fitness out of Spring Lake, North Carolina. Good to see you, Tony. Man, always good to see my man, Tony Burgess, come through. Great guy, man. Love him to death. It'd be my brother, Tony Burgess. What's up, man? Good guy, man. Thank you for coming by, Tony. We're talking with my man, Bill Stanton, Vegas, man, matchmaker and manager. Man, we getting into some good stuff, man. Y'all call in. We had some great calls here. Jay called in and Matthew called in. Y'all call in. Here we go. Your manager, your managed fighters. How many fighters do you have now?
I personally have 3 on contract, but I assist a few dozen.
Okay, got it.
That's where the big brother part comes in.
Yeah. Okay. You probably got a good answer for this, Bill, and we'll get back to managing right in a few minutes. But I gotta ask you this: what needs to change in boxing to make it better, man?
One, there's too many governing bodies. You look at all the world title belts that are out there now. There's 6 to 8 world titles out there. When back in the day, there was 1, 2, maybe 3, depending on what era. And there's got to be a better governing body to overlook everything.
Everything. I agree.
The WBA has theirs, the WBO has theirs, WBC has theirs. You got the IBF. And they all basically do what they want. There's got to be somebody over the top looking at everything to make it better. One, for the safety of the boxers. 2, to stop the corruption in boxing.
Right.
There's got to be police to police to police.
Right. Yeah.
But when you have these big organizations, and I don't want to speak badly about anybody, and I'm not, but when you have these big organizations that hold these titles, these belts for these boxers, and they can make up their own rules as they go because nobody's governing them people.
So you're saying so and we're going to get with this right now. Is there favoritism in boxing?
Oh, 100%. The ones that sell the tickets at the smaller events, where there's 3,000 people in the crowd, 1,000 people in the crowd. One boxer sells half the tickets that fill the crowd, or the pay-per-view sellers. There's several boxers that. One, I'll bring up Terrence Crawford. Everybody talks about he's never really had any big money fights. You don't sell seats,
right?
He don't sell pay-per-views. Well, that's not really his fault. He was never guided in the right way.
Okay.
Even though he was signed to some promotions, he was never guided in the right way. To me, and this is my opinion, he was held back. He's one of the best boxers on the planet, if not the best boxer right now.
Right.
But he was held back from making those big pay-per-view sales. He wasn't put out there and marketed like a Mayweather was in the day when he promoted himself.
Yeah. And this is something that I don't know, and I'm gonna say this. Mayweather needed Oscar. He needed Oscar to make him a star. If you look at that, because Oscar was the golden boy. He was number one. He was the cash cow. Mayweather, y'all can go do your research. If it wasn't for Oscar, Mayweather wouldn't be Mayweather as big as he is.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oscar showed him the ropes, showed him the road to go down. And Mayweather, very, very smart. He stuck with Oscar. He wrote Oscar's name, the Golden Boy. The whole world knew Oscar.
Right.
So, he learned everything he could from that. And then he said, okay, my contract's up. I think I can go make my own money instead of you making you money.
And a lot of people, that's right. I want to say hello to Manny. Thank you for coming in, Manny. A lot of people don't understand how that worked when it came to how Mayweather, he was good. He was with HBO and he was good then. We're getting off the subject a little bit, but I just want to, understand and break it down to the people. He was with HBO and he was signed with HBO. And he, as a matter of fact, a lot of people may or may not know this. Oscar promoted him. Oscar promoted Mayweather.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. People, so go ahead, Bill.
He had him under contract. Yes, sir.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't know that. So we're putting that out there. I'm putting it out there right now so y'all will understand how this thing works. What Mayweather did was took it and ran with it. That's what he did.
Yes,
but anyway.
Oscar and Mayweather Jr., his family's name and Oscar's name is what built him to be recognized to where he could go off on his own and make his own money.
Right. Exactly. That's it. Because that's how it started for him anyway. Jay says, what beat Tyson Fury, brain or brawn? What beats Tyson Fury, brain or brawn?
Are you talking about your Tyson Fury's last loss, Jay?
You must be talking about the last loss. What beat him? What beat Tyson's Fury, brain or brawn?
If we're referring to his last loss, it was three things: brains, desire, and Tyson Fury's own ego. Yeah.
Okay, I think you got that answer. That was a great answer. I think you got the answer there, Jay, to that one. Yeah. That's Jay said. Yeah. We'll getting back to the managing of the fighters. And you said you had three, correct?
3, yes.
Yeah. Okay. In being in the management position, give me your details on what you do for your fighters, in a sense.
Being a smaller, I myself, I'm a smaller manager.
Yeah.
I don't have deep pockets, like Top Rank or any of these big promotions or even these big national managers. So what I do is, I only have 3 because I like to stay small.
Yeah.
I can put more time into them, and I don't pay for their fights. I don't pay any of their bills.
Right.
I don't financially support them whatsoever. My fee is only 10%. Now, if a big management company does all that, now they're taking 33%. What I do is again the big brother rule. I look for fights. I give them every offer. I tell them, hey, this offer is horrible. I absolutely would not take this. This offer is good. You should absolutely take this. I don't make them take any fight. That's between them and their coaches. And if they say, yeah, we'd like to get this fight. Now I go back. I negotiate for the highest purse. Just throwing numbers out there. It's a 6-rounder for $3,000. And I say, well, no, this is why we need 4,500 or we need 5,000. Well, then, I go back and forth, and maybe a day, maybe 3 days, but every day we're going back and forth. I get the highest money for them.
Right.
I make sure that their flights, they're not flying in an hour before weigh-ins, 8 hours across the country. They get out the plane, go right to weigh-ins, and then right to a strange hotel, and then try to rest, and they go fight the next day. That happens all the time. If you want a good fight as a promoter, you got to take care of the fighters.
Yeah.
So, I negotiate everything to put my boxer in the best possible position they can be in to win this fight.
Great. That's great. It's just like you say, you're a big brother to them, and you put them in the best position that they can be. We got some questions here. I want to drop these questions.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Charles Johnson says, what do you think about Jake Paul and what he is doing in boxing?
I personally like Jake Paul. I mean, I don't know him as a person.
Right.
I like what he's doing for boxing.
Right.
He's fighting guys that really aren't boxers for the most part, that have a following and people's going to pay all this money to watch this. But on his undercards, or even on the main card, he's put on a few big name boxers, giving them great paydays. And if you listen to him talk, in not only boxing, but he targets Dana White, to pay his fighters more. He targets these promoters to pay their fighters more. He talks about protecting these boxers. He talks about boxers unions. He's talking about further medical down the road, not just fixing a broken hand or stitches in the eye, but further medical testing and further medical care down the road. As we know, boxers that box for several years, decades, end up with a lot of issues later down the road. Right. So I like what Jake Paul's doing. I don't like him wanting to fight Mike Tyson because of Mike's age.
Right.
Our bodies are like cars. Eventually they wear out and we go buy a new car. In our case, our bodies were out, and eventually we pass away. And once we hit our 50s, close to 60, I mean, we're not half the person we were at 25 or 30.
Right.
That's why I don't think that fight will happen.
Well, while we're on the subject of Jake Paul, I know he's supposed to fight Mike Tyson. He may or may not fight him. Do you think Jake Paul fighting somebody in his weight class, a professional fighter, do you think that he could beat him? What is his weight anyway? Anybody know what his weight?
Fluctuates. He lifts weights, so he fluctuates. He could cut all the way down to around 175.
175. Okay.
Yeah, natural weight for him would be in fight shape would be I'm assuming around 190, 195.
190. Okay. So he's a cruiser. He's more toward the cruiserweight type.
Correct. Yeah.
Correct. So like, okay. And I want to speak on him, but what I'm saying is why I'm trying to speak on, is he a fighter that could really actually fight a professional boxer in his weight class? That's what I'm getting at.
He's getting better. He was never a fighter, never a boxer, came up through amateurs or anything. His one loss is to an actual boxer. Tyson Fury's younger brother. For whatever reason, I can't think of his first name now, but he lost to Fury.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of B-side opponents at cruiser, even small heavies, that he could beat because he is getting better. He's dedicated himself to the sport.
Yeah.
And so I think right now he's a definite good B-side boxer.
Okay.
You know, the way he's going.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because that's, you know, a lot of people saying, well, he's not really a boxer. You know, he's whatever, YouTuber, whatever, you know, what you want to call him. So, but that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, well, they are correct with that. You know, he's not truly a boxer because he didn't come up through it. But if you watch him fight from his first fight to his last fight,
yeah.
You know, he's getting better. He's putting combinations.
Yeah. He's getting better. I can see he's getting better.
Yeah.
Tony, what did you say? Nope. Tony said something about nope. Something about nope. I don't know what that was. Tony.
Yeah. He don't agree with. He don't agree with.
And that's okay. You know, it's okay. Matter of fact, I want to give Tony a round of applause for saying hell no. Thank you for coming in. We are live here with my man Bill Stanton, matchmaker and manager. Wow, man, we got about 10 more minutes. Bill, what do you think about Turkey Al-Sheikh putting these fights together? It had the last one over here. I think it was in Los Angeles. So what's your thoughts on my man putting these fights together?
This is where I'm brutally honest. I like it as far as the boxing goes. I like that he's doing this. I know the fighter's getting paid a little bit more. He's putting some good matches together, and so at this point, I'm liking it. The thing I'm not liking is he's trying to buy out all the other promoters, partner up with them. He's already partnered with a couple, from what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I would not like to see him have a monopoly.
Right. Okay.
And but yeah, so far I like what he's doing.
Okay. Great. I know we've discussed Bomac, Bud Crawford, pound for pound. He's 154-pound champion. What's your connection with them?
I boxed amateur with Bomac back in the 80s in Omaha, Nebraska. Just for the record, my parents settled in Omaha back in the early 80s. So I went back and forth from Omaha back to Arizona. So I had times I was in the same circuit, same shows with Bomac as amateurs in the 80s. And then my ex-wife is from Omaha, so I settled there to be married and raise kids for almost 20 years.
Wow.
So my kids were boxing, and I had an amateur boxing club. They were all boxing at the same time Crawford was. So I've known Crawford since he's about 10, 11 years old. And like I said, Bomac almost 40 years now.
Wow.
And Bomac and I in Omaha, I don't know what's still going on, but back then, back in the early 90s, early 2000s, there was the Omaha Coaches Association for Amateur Boxing that all the gym owners, amateur gym owners, belonged to. And we put on the Golden Gloves every year. Well, Carl Washington, CW Boxing, he's passed away. He opened CW Boxing. That's where Bomac came out of. George Crawford, Grover Wiley. I spent a couple of amateur fights there. And then Midge Miner, he's passed away also. He was like the leader, the godfather of Bomac and Crawford.
Yeah.
We all sat on that board together.
Yeah.
The Omaha Coach Association. So yeah, I've got a long history with Bomac and watching Crawford come up.
Great. Outstanding, man. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Last but not least, HYTS. What is that about there? HYTS.
Pronounce hits. I came up with I don't even know what you call it, acronym or whatever it's called. I'm not even sure. But it's helping youth to succeed.
Right.
Growing up, I was a wild child, put my parents through absolute hell. Had a lot of run-ins with the law. Just I just a wild kid. And so as I got older and young adult, still acting up. And then one day some things happened, and I thought, I don't want my kids going through this. I don't want any kids going through what I'm going through. Yeah. So that's how I came up with that name for my amateur boxing club.
Okay, great. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful. That's outstanding. Ah, that's great. Great. I like that.
You got it locked with D-Hall on the weekend, baby. Ready? Initiate a J. York production.
I just had to put that in there and let everybody know y'all with us on the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm enjoying this. I don't want it to end. I'm having a good time.
Well, it's been great. I want to say hello to some people that's coming here. Carlos Crawford, Douse Milliner. Douse Milliner is a professional boxer over here in the Carolinas. He's been on my program. Good to see you, man. Thank you. Hopefully we can get you on before the end of the year is out. It's been a great show today. It's been very educational. It's been very educational and learning from Bill. And God knows I got to get you back on again, man. It's been wonderful today. It really has. I mean, I enjoyed it. Had a few phone calls. I was hoping more would pour in here because, and bring those questions, man. But it's going to get better for us and for you. Bill, any questions for me?
Not really. I just had a great time, and I think Labor Day weekend might have stopped a few of the call-ins.
Yeah,
everybody out having a good time.
Yeah,
but I'd love to get back on the show sometime. Absolutely.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. And I'd love to have maybe your fighter on or two in the future that you manage. That'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd like to say also Thomas McEachin is from North Carolina. He no longer boxes. Became a family man. But I managed Thomas, and he's out of North Carolina.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, hell yeah, man. That's all right there, brother. North Carolina in the house.
Great guy, great father.
Yeah, here we go. Great guy. Look, this is right here for you, my man. What does the D Hall People Show and J. York Productions mean to you?
I think to me it means the world. I've never done this. It's great. We had call-ins, we had questions. It's about boxing.
Yeah.
Having myself and people like me on here, that can be brutally honest and not fear any repercussions. Sure. We can educate people and let them see, what boxing is about, the business side's about. And hopefully if there's any young boxers watching this, they can decide if it's a career they want to have. It's a rough sport. It's even rougher on the business side. So, I always say it's a way of life. It's a lifestyle and a lot of sacrifices. But, hopefully your show can educate and bring the public to light on really how boxing is and the good and the bad. There's great rewards to it. There's also a lot of sacrifices, a lot of things.
Yep. But I really appreciate you coming on, Bill. Thank you for coming, taking your time out from your day to be with us here with me and Jay and the rest of the people over here on the East Coast. And we really appreciate that, man. We hope we can get you back on. Thank you so much, man. Hope to see you again, Bill.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, and I'll be back anytime you want me.
Okay, brother. Take care.
All right. You have a blessed weekend. Thank you.
You too. Great show today, man. That was outstanding. Wow. That was really a good program. Bill's a great guy. I love his conversation. He was straight to the point. You ask him a question, he gives you the damn answer. I like that. No, he don't cut the corners. He goes straight to the point, man. He's like straight to the well. You know what I'm saying? To get the water. Yeah. Yep. That was great. We'll be back. Next Sunday. We'll have our guest on. I'll be posting it up. Look, go back, look at the beginning. We talked about some things that need need for y'all to hear. And I hope y'all apply what I said today. Hopefully we'll get that done from you, the guest, that is. All right, look, we're getting ready to go. Want to thank Bill. Appreciate it. We'll be back next Sunday and next Thursday. Got my man wait a minute, what's his name? T-Bone. Yeah, T-Bone be on next Thursday. Sunday, I'll be back with my guests. We putting that all together. So thank you so much. Hope to see y'all. Yeah. Same time, same bat channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we'll see you. Thank you so much.
Coming out of studio today.
In beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina.
He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay York.
He is the top talk show host on the internet today.
Here is D. Hall. Initiate a Jay York production. Jay York production. Jay York production.
You are in the mix with D Hall and the People's Show.
Coming to us out of studio today in beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. He stands next to his world-famous producer, Jay York. He is the #1 undisputed top talk show host on the air today. The voice of the people show. Ladies and gentlemen, here is D.